Right, shut up everyone. I want to talk about our boy Leo, because I want to talk about sponsorship, okay? I mentioned it a few weeks ago, or I mentioned it last week, I can't remember, but we talked about the WCA and we talked about sponsorships outside of speedcubing, right? Because we have stuff that's sponsored by Rubik's, and we have stuff that's sponsored by Gan. We have stuff sponsored by Chi. Yada yada, boring. Predictable. Sometimes though, recently, we've had things sponsored by, controversially, Red Bull. And something I always forget when I'm talking about Red Bull that I am totally guilty of, and I will admit here, I had this pointed out to me by Maxine from speedcube.com.au, rest in peace. There is a problem with the Red Bull stuff that happened that I don't ever talk about and I never think about properly. Red Bull is so full of caffeine. It's actually not, depending on how you look at it, it's not a super appropriate sponsor for something that has got a load of people aged under 16 in it, you know? And that's valid. But we've seen Red Bull. Recently, we've seen Prime. That was also controversial. Some Primes have caffeine in it. And Logan Paul's an asshat. So, you know, that's why that's problematic. What else have we seen? Have we seen anything else? Has that been the only ones? Have we only seen, like, sponsorships from slightly problematic energy drinks? Maybe. But anyway, our man Leo, look at this post. Happy to renew my partnership with Focal Sight. They've been providing me with both eye care and eyewear for years, and I'm glad that they will continue to do so. Philippines Speedcuber is back as Focal Sight's brand ambassador. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? What's problematic about being able to see? Nothing, I don't think. Specky Gang represent. James in the chat, the age thing was a big issue for Red Bull because it meant that their events had an age limit too. Was not aware, but that makes total sense. Was I aware? Did Maxine tell me that as well? Perhaps. But anyway, this is really cool. This is encouraging for me to see. This is really encouraging for reasons that I've pointed out before, for my feelings around WCA strategy. I think that speedcubing to grow has to look for sponsorship outside of speedcubing companies, right? I think that's a good thing. I think that's very smart. And I think it's how speedcubing truly grows, right? I think it's how we grow from being ultra niche to being somewhere like a mainstream sport. It will take so long to get to actual mainstream, right? To be as big as, oh, I don't even know, like as big as one of the competitive team sports, right? I almost don't want to say rugby or football because that's so far away. It's like you can't even imagine speedcubing ever being there. And I don't think it ever will be realistically, but it'd be cool to be bigger and in the realm of like mainstream sport would be cool. So what's my point? My point is this is pretty cool from our man Leo. This is pretty cool. You know what else Leo has been linked to in the past though? He's also been linked with Milo, kinda. Hashtag ad kinda. Because, oh wait a minute, no, this whole point is moot because I've just noticed something that I didn't notice when I was looking at this earlier. Embarrassing. I was about to say, I don't know if this is actually a paid partnership or not because I couldn't see the hashtag ad thing, but I forgot that the hashtag ad thing is like 2019 Instagram and it doesn't exist anymore and we have a paid partnership label now. Whoopsie. Anyway, he had another partnership, didn't he, everyone? Yes, he did, Mike. With Milo, because he was chugging on Milos all the way through the Monkey League, right? He was chugging Milos all the way through Monkey League, having a great time. I love a Milo, personally. Less the ready-to-drink ones. More of a hot steaming Milo. I'm a hot steaming Milo kind of guy. He had this little paid partnership post with Milo back in the day. 30 weeks ago now, so less than a year ago. But fact, competitions can be very long, time-consuming, and possibly energy-draining. During a typical competition, one event category, like 3x3, I could have between 3 to 5 rounds, but I've been competing for over 7 years and I've managed to stay at the top of my game consistently. What keeps me energized? Freaking Milo, that's who. So yeah, this is not, the spectacles are not Leo's first paid partnership outside of cubing. Opinion, I think Leo might be the one, what am I trying to say here? I think Leo might be demonstrating what the WCA should be looking at. And potentially Leo is the one acting out what the WCA says it wants to do, which is strategic partnerships outside of cubing. Isn't that interesting, everyone? I wanted to speak about that because that post popped up on my YouTube feed the other day about his glasses. And I also wanted to say, Specsavers in Australia and New Zealand, where you at? Huh? Talk to me. Let's talk, Specsavers. Let's talk. But that's about that. In the chat, James is saying, Angela was sponsored by a sushi shop for a while? Was she? I did not know that. That's great. Kauka, +2, should have gone to Specsavers. See, the ads write themselves. This is what I'm talking about, Specsavers Australia and New Zealand. Come and talk to me. Let's do something.